So now I would like to introduce Dr. Roberta Lenger Kang from Columbia University to speak to us about Sidekick and best practices in adult learning. Welcome, Roberta.
Hi, everyone. So great to be with you today. I have been an educator for, and I'll actually tell you, for 23 years. And I'm currently the director of the Center for the Professional Education of Teachers at Teachers College, Columbia University. We're a professional development and research organization, and our goal is to bridge theory and practice for expanding excellence and equity in education. Even though most of the schools that we partner with are K-12 schools, the majority of our teaching is actually with adults. And we develop between 35 and 50 partnerships for professional development. Of course, during the pandemic, as everyone else did, we became an all online organization. And like the rest of the world, we're left scrambling to figure out how we were going to carry out meaningful learning experiences for adults. And the pressure is really on. Thanks, Ben, for pointing it out, because we're at the center for professional learning. So if we can't deliver it, we have a really big problem. We learned a lot of lessons in the early days, and we made some great strides in developing systems and structures to support and facilitate live synchronous professional development in small, intimate meetings, as well as large-scale workshops. But we still ran into those challenges that others have been talking about as we roll out online workshops through different kinds of online medium. At the heart of meaningful adult learning is the way in which information and experiences are facilitated and sequenced to bring participants on a journey of discovery. There's a reason that the meme is so popular. This meeting could have been an email, because if professional learning is just a transfer of information, it doesn't translate into implementation. It doesn't translate into change on the ground. So all professional learning has to translate into action that other people take. And if you're literally zoomed out or zoned out in your meeting, it's not going to be effective. So whether in person or online, we want to do something. We want people to do something with what they learn. Their experience needs to be memorable, thought-provoking, and engaging. There are so many ways that technology actually gets in the way of high-functioning facilitation. It's really hard to lead a dynamic discussion when you're fumbling around to add links in the chat and scroll forwards and backwards in your PowerPoint, check your agenda, or like literally send text messages to your co-facilitator to make sure that the breakout rooms have been set up, to make sure that everything is going out at the right time. And not to underemphasize it, timing in teaching is important. If everybody sees all the good stuff before they have the context to frame it, they have no opportunities for learning. That's why when I learned about Sidekick, I knew it was a big answer to a lot of our challenges. And using it has given me even more ideas about how online and hybrid professional learning can be further developed. Sidekick features, like we've talked about, like scheduling my meeting event with a timeline of activities front and center, sharing documents for immediate download when I need them to have it, and not before and not 2 hours after the meeting when I get around to sending you that email, and interactive features like the gamification and post visualization of the meeting engagement. All of these things allow me to focus on the teaching rather than the technology. I'm really excited about the functionality of Sidekick for our virtual live facilitation, but also for our hybrid experiences as well. Not going to lie, a few weeks ago, I had to work remotely because I had a sick kid at home, and I wasn't about to, if the pandemic taught us anything, right? I'm not about to bring those germs back into my small office. But my whole team was meeting in person, and I was supposed to facilitate the meeting, and no one else knew what was in my head at the moment. So I immediately opened up a Sidekick event and I began planning our day together. I added the timing of each item for our meeting. I uploaded the documents, linked to our interactive experiences. And when I was done, all I had to do was send the invites. Once my team put me on the big screen, each person signed into their device. I didn't need help with printing or passing out the papers. I didn't need to find the links or repost anything that got lost in the chat. Once the meeting began, all I had to do was click and facilitate. It was like I was there. And it was over the automatic email that I scheduled was set up to follow with all the follow-up instructions and materials. I couldn't be more excited about the playbook. Having clonable meetings in an organization like ours that specializes in professional learning is fantastic. If I have an idea for a PD that I want to create and I want to share it with one of my colleagues, all I have to do is send them the clone and they can replicate it. It literally is like being in more than one place at one time. For years, people have said, oh, I wish we could clone you. Well, now you can. That's not to say that I'm so great. Anybody can get to do this. When you find something that works, you want to be able to expand its reach. And that's exactly what Sidekick is doing. Ben, I couldn't be more excited to be on the ground floor of this work. Each time I host a meeting, I get more ideas about how this infrastructure can be used to develop high quality professional development in any area. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Lenger Kang. I mean, I couldn't appreciate more, not just your words, but the work you do. I mean, I know that public education is under existential threat pretty much everywhere. And the importance of the work you do and the tirelessness with which you do it, I thank you and your team. And if we can help that be more effective and more scalable, it means the world to me. So thank you. Listen, like me, you're no doubt super impressed by Roberta, which is why Sidekick is so excited to announce our partnership with Roberta Center at Columbia University. Together, we're going to work to create innovative and inspiring PD experiences based on cutting-edge research in adult learning, amplifying both CPET's work and just as importantly, Sidekick's work. So thank you so much.